Okay, I'm trying to do what Pride Had Wrought. I need to get through this to the end of it. Follow the guide to the Well of Sorrows.
This place looks untouched.
The entire temple must have looked like this long ago. How could the elves pour such devotion into this nonsense?
We can always ask our hosts.
I will leave that to you.
Okay, the Dolls Mosaic has a bunch of colors on it. Other colors, or one other color or something.
Henshra, Gilas Velathan.
I believe she would prefer that we remain close.
Just a quick look around.
Algernon. Girthamen, twins. Oh, and that was Ghislaine, and okay. And missing things. Let's keep looking. What? Some switch that doesn't work.
The Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
They're dying faster than they wanted to.
Vir Sumiel.
well of...
All endures.
It's loud and so cold.
Andraste, guide us.
Fight on! An army of these... Monsters won't stop us! How will you get to the well, General? Tell me you brought some damn rope!
You tough bastard. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
I spoke with your Tranquil, Maddox. He sacrificed himself for your cause.
I told him not to. He died as one of us then. One of the faithful. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face? After you butchered my men? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength that Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. So, Inquisitor, how will this go?
Power's all well and good, until it's taken away.
What did you do? What did you do? My armor is gone. The lyrium! I need it! Kill them all! Show you bastards! What's your flags?
Full stack of flags. We are on level 23 now with Samson. I knew that would happen. Oh, that was... What? What's going on?
Well, wretch. You can't take it from Corypheus. You mustn't.
He's still breathing.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the Sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Corypheus needed Samson to use the well. Without him, there's no vessel to claim it.
The moment we leave, he will send more forces to secure this place. The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
This can't be easy holding on to what's left.
You cannot imagine. Each time we awaken, it slips further from our grasp.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Not without your permission.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen-Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shemlin have not touched. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity, never to awaken, if fate is kind.
You can walk away from the temple? Just like that?
After you drink, nothing remains to hold us.
Malas Amalin Nahalam Abalas. His name, Abalas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so hungry.
Seems like that should be a concern.
Knowledge begets a hunger for more. I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends?
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
You're not concerned about the price? Bound forever to the will of Mythal?
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
You alone? This is my heritage.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
I don't know who's better suited, and neither do you.
I have the best chance of making use of the well. For everyone. Let me drink.
Are you sure you want this, Morrigan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion, a gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right. We must be cautious.
Thoughts?
She is right about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
So many voices. They would be in your head, talking over you. You don't want them.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
It's yours. Kerrigan! Are you alright?
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah. I am intact. There is much to sift through, but now we can...
Through the mirror!
It is done.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
Meaning he will attack us directly, at Skyhold.
Not necessarily, but neither will he remain idle.
And how could you have such insight into his plans?
The Well of Sorrows held many voices, and they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom, secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon, in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to?
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Letters are pouring in from all corners. Congratulations, pledges of loyalty, conversions to Andraste.
All premature until we deal with Corypheus.
Inquisitor.
At your service.
Okay, great time to go do this soulless thing. Sure. Except I'll have to do it twice because there's gonna be a wyvern there. Pretty sure anyway. I looked during the Pride quest and I haven't done the wyvern yet, so that means it's gonna be in that place. Because I haven't actually been there yet, right? I knew somebody had a video where they had the wyvern there. So that's what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, I had the mic off and I'm not feeling very good right now, so yeah, great time to do this. Have a wyvern kill me in the process.
The Temple of Mythal was extraordinary. In all my journeys, I never dreamed of finding anything like it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
The war proved that we can't go back to the way things were. I'll try to help this world move forward.
You would risk everything you have in the hope that the future is better. What if it isn't? What if you wake up to find the future you shaped is worse than what was?
I'll take a breath, see where things went wrong, and then try again.
Just like that.
If we don't keep trying, we'll never get it right.
You're right. Thank you.
For what?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You have offered hope. That if one keeps trying, even if the consequences are grave, that someday things will be better. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
You're being grim and fatalistic in the hope of getting me into bed, aren't you?
I am grim and fatalistic. Getting you into bed is just an enjoyable side benefit. Come with me, Vanan. The veil is thin here. Can you feel it on your skin, tingling? I was trying to determine some way to show you what you mean to me.
That's not necessary, Solus. You're my...
That is the question, is it not? For now, the best gift I can offer is the truth. You are unique. In all Thedas, I never expected to find someone who could draw my attention from the Fade. You have become important to me. More important than I could have imagined.
As you are to me.
Then what I must tell you, the truth. Your face, the Valasleen. In my journeys in the Fade, I have seen things. I have discovered what those marks mean.
They honor the elven gods.
No, they are slave markings. Or at least they were in the time of ancient Alathan.
My clan's keeper said they honored the gods. These are their symbols.
Yes, that's right. A noble would mark his slaves to honor the god he worshipped. After Alathan fell, the Dalish forgot.
So this is... what? Just one more thing the Dalish got wrong?
I'm sorry.
We try to preserve our culture. And this is what we keep? Relics of a time when we were no better than Tevinter.
Don't say that. For all they got wrong, the Dalish did one thing right. They made you. I didn't tell you this to hurt you. If you like, I know a spell. I can remove the Valasleen.
If what you're saying is true...
It is.
Then... my people vowed never to submit to slavery.
I'm so sorry for causing you pain. It was selfish of me. I look at you and I see what you truly are. And you deserve better than what those cruel marks represent.
Then cast your spell. Take the Valasleen away.
Sit. Alasa Malarevas. You are free. You are so beautiful. And I am sorry. I distracted you from your duty. It will never happen again.
Solus.
Please, Vanan.
Solus, don't leave me, not now. I love you.
You have a rare and marvelous spirit. In another world.
Why not this one?
I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, no crazy wyvern getting in the scene, huh? Alright. Yeah, one time I did this, the wyvern was completely not even there. But to certain part of the game, the wyvern's not there. It wasn't before that. I mean, it wasn't after that. I was looking for it before to make sure it was dead. But it wasn't there. For some reason. Okay, let's go find the wyvern then. Sis. Right. Finally, the romance card. Oh.
Nothing to report, sir.
So, I wonder if this wyvern's actually here. Is the mic actually on? I guess.
Red Templars ahead.
They look serious.
They look non-existent until you get farther. Or they might even look just plain gone completely. No, they're just farther. And let's see. Oh, these are Red Templars, though. Yeah, whatever. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Did I actually level them up or not? Maybe it didn't go. Okay, this one goes how high? No. How about... Move. Okay. And people talk about how there's a nice wolf guardian outside of the cave, yes.
let's take a look. So, Cole, you're a spirit... demon... thing.
Yes. And you're the Iron Bull, afraid of demons.
Not fond of them, no. But you and I are fine as long as you don't do any weird crap.
Lying awake, sheets soaked in sweat, afraid to call the Tomasserans. Shadows make shapes in the dark. If it gets in my head, how do I cut it out? Itching, shaking, tears slide cold down my cheeks. Tama, I'm scared.
Yeah, weird crap like that. Pretty much what I meant.
Yeah, no wyvern. Yeah, no, it is here. Okay, it is here, huh? Well, it didn't interrupt the solo scene. I was so ready for it to interrupt the scene. I guess it was just or either it was an old glitch or it was a random glitch. Who knows? Somebody has a video of it. Wyverns attacking them while the cutscene's going on. These are, I can't use, shouldn't use, electricity. I'm supposed to use electricity on it. Poor little baby. And yep, there's a little with me now. And which one is called? Paintings. Over here. One of the Elves of War. And the one that looks like a Templar, which was supposedly Algernon. Had a fire sword or something. That's what I heard. Otherwise, why it looks like a Templar. And the writing on there, whatever beasts or dragons. Some of them are actually are dragons in some place. Some of the pictures are flying. And a row of them with their red lyrium or blight. Around their head. Right where the red lyrium would focus. Okay, and Crestwood is completely done, right? Or no. Sterarium K, what's this? Oh, return to Judith. Okay, I came back to the camp to go to a cave. Get out of my way, or you just might get hurt here.
Ferelden has failed the villagers of Crestwood. They deserve better.
We kind of solved that problem, or at least they won't be the person who caused the problem ain't there anymore. Well, not even the one that actually caused it, the Darkspawn caused it, but the dude, the mayor, is gone, so back to find Judith. Check this. I didn't. Actually didn't go in the building. I went the plants and corpses book.
Need something?
I killed the wyvern up in the cave. The body's yours if you want it.
It's
As
a
I do.
wyvern.
Here for your troubles. I hope you can make good use of it.
Who is the one person in here that called it a wyvern? I think. Or was it in the Frostback Basin? I don't know. So anyway. If I try to replay that a bunch of times, the soulless scene, will I eventually get the glitch? No, I wanted to see the glitch. Suppose that they probably fixed it. Something they can fix, not something that keeps happening. I don't know why they don't fix all those stupid little plants that can't be harvested. Okay, oh yeah, we definitely got Sarah. Guess to throw a fit. Everybody that needs to talk to.
Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I'm Mr. Crazy Fine.
Can you...
Most of our people... I've still got a few. I can send them around to rattle swords. It'll mess with enemy estimates of our numbers, so no one thinks Sky...
Will...
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first? That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
I think it will probably be a little harder than just one more fight.
I did say it'd be a big one, boss.
So you did, Bull. So you did.
Glad I could bring the news about those Darkspawn, Inquisitor. Must have been a tough fight. Wish I'd seen it. Had a lull after. Shade went to Val Royaux. Off, I don't know. I'll get into Cullen's Reserve yet, though. Not much else doing.
What if I want the Cullen heavy armor route? They don't get into a need to be rescued thing? The other people wandered off. I didn't know there was.
That's not a chance, it's a limerick, and a damn dirty one.
Gets the bandits running, you have to give it that.
It's just what I heard.
Should just make them a bit...
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no I'm not. It's just the funniest, isn't it? That creaky old Abelas in Mythal saying the elves weren't destroyed by Tevinter.
That's some long dead you're gloating over.
About time I got mine back. Elvie elves have shoved victim in my face 1,000,000 times. We're not proper if we aren't sad about the grand history stolen from us. Turns out we're no better than anyone else. Plus, a big old temple full of demon-worshipping lies. Grand, that.
So your main takeaway is that elves worshipped demons?
Well, they never call them that, yeah? But that's what it had to be. I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods, and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. I get it. You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
It's not as if it matters what I believe. I've already denied being the herald.
Not for me to say, yeah. Just saying. Anyway, believe what you want. So long as we kill Cariffi fish. Whatever.
Whatever. No roof time with Sarah. Well, that's the end of the game. And now she disproved.
So what's going on with your face? You go off with Solus and now your elfie dealies are gone.
They weren't what I thought. Originally, they were slave markings. Solus told me how they were misinterpreted. The meaning changed. What are you laughing about?
The Dalish, they don't know anything. I mean, you know now, but they put on all this real elf stuff, and I knew it. It's all just fancy dress. Nobody knows anything about real elves, except they're gone.
A mistake doesn't mean it's worthless. We can remember, but also choose to grow.
There's that we stuff again. We means us against them. But I like them. All those faces. That's just funny. There's you, yes?
What do you
What
say
do you
about
think about the
Solus
people
now?
who've gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
What about Solus?
I've seen how you look at him. You're in it. Bet he calls out elven glory when he does
But
it.
he broke up with me. Even though I get a romance card after he breaks up with me. Where's the end? Oh, that's good for now.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Anyway. No rough time with Sarah.
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cole?
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
Twitter is over capacity. What was that? Message failed to send. Copy. It shows it on the thing and then it says red. Message failed to send. It said Twitter was over capacity. Okay, where's that roof that I never grabbed there off of? In the garden, anyway. Where's the garden?
How is a place like this ever lost?
I never got the little conversation from that. And I never got in the garden. Where is it anyway? Colin.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond.
Bitty building.
For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you.
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
From moments like this, perhaps.
There are fewer of those lately.
There's time now.
Okay, yeah, they really want me to head up. Oh, a floating book in the way. Hello. Speaking of glitching things. Hello, book floating. Not ready to talk to Morgan yet.
So, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. We went to an elven ruin, so a witch could consume a pool of magical goo and then walk through a mirror, and wound up back here. Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
Tell me the truth, Varric. Do you actually think I was sent by Andraste?
Shit. This is going to be awkward. I guess I do. Either you're guided by the hand of some higher power, or you have the worst luck.
I wouldn't have pegged you as an Andrastian.
It's a great story. It's got heroism, love, betrayal, and random musical numbers. What's not to like? I don't have a nug in this race. It could be bullshit, it could be true. I'll never know. But I like the idea that maybe you could save the world with a song.
Let's be realistic. It could be both.
You've got a point. Look at all the shit that's happened to you. You were saved from the explosion that leveled a mountaintop and fell out of the Fade. You traveled through time, faced down one of the ancient magisters who started the Blights, had a mountain fall on you, and lived. Single-handedly saved the Orlesian Empire. Stopped an army of demons. Whatever in the Maker's name happened in the Temple of Elfie shit, one of those things would be impossible. All of them together? That's a miracle.
I'm starting to see your point.
Just try to warn me before falling into the Fade again, would you? I hate that place.
Hello?
Inquisitor, how may I help you prepare for our final battle?
I'd like to discuss what happened before, Solus.
I'm afraid that wouldn't be appropriate at this time. We must focus on what truly matters. Harden your heart to a cutting edge, and put that pain to good use against Corypheus.
Truly matters.
It would help me if you could explain why.
The answers would only lead to more questions. An emotional entanglement that would benefit neither of us. The blame is mine, not yours. It was irresponsible and selfish of me. Let that be enough.
Will you talk to me when we have finished with Corypheus?
If we are both still alive afterward, then I promise you.
I promise
everything will be
you.
made clear. Let me know if I can be of any more help in planning our final fight.
That's a total lie. Oh, hello.
Inquisitor,
I need to know more about Corypheus.
you have waylaid all his other plans. Now, as a petulant child, he will destroy the game board rather than admit defeat. Be ready for anything. He still believes himself a god, and gods do not fall gracefully.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shirar.
Forgot to give her her books.
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
What? Well, hold on a second then. Oh, it's 2 hours. Hi, Black Sparta. Did you just come on, or when was that? I didn't even know.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered a...
Stop that. I'm trying to take a
something
screenshot.
the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
You're not doing nothing, Dorian. You came here. You're fighting with us.
Thank you for saying that. I want to do more than stop Corypheus, however. I want to save my home. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
I don't want to have have more conversation with her. I just want her to have the books.
What is it?
Yeah, she sounds
Your lost
very
books have been
pissed.
found.
Thank you, my dear. This was uncharacteristically generous of you.
Okay, goody. You're done. Let's see, where is Hello?
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
If you were divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free. The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
The world could certainly use the force for good you describe.
Yes, the Chantry should be a force for good instead of what it is. The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved, unconditionally. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Right, I don't know. But, I talked to everybody other than, Morgan. Like, Blackwall. Sandra. Always over 2 hours.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
You don't seem concerned about that.
I'm terrified. Yet I have faith in you. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
We still have to beat Corypheus.
I have not forgotten. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Okay. Yeah, end video. Oh, wait. Oh, I never did find that. Go find that hero. Is it a barn? This is a barn, right? Okay.
Finally a place. The horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
All these things to say when I walk by that I never got said.
Inquisitor?
Just random.
How shall I refer to you?
I've gotten used to black. Almost like Inquisitor. It means something to me.
Is there anything you actually know?
I made very little up. I also feared
Oh, you
knew
made
enough
up
to
everything.
contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me a bit before my but it is a secretive order. Not even the most senior wardens
You
know
were
all
wandering Ferelden all by yourself when there was a blight.
Now we know why you were never worried about Corypheus's calling.
Yes. I have not. Still, I would have fought through. There's more to it than being able to sense Darkborn. Warden Blackwall would have agreed.
You have a lot.
They take. I needed to believe something like that was possible.
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he said. That night, didn't know I had an audience.
Did you start a fight while drunk?
Make her know. I wasn't drunk, but I was trying to get there. Told the girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her. Something had to be done.
We'll continue this another time.
Yeah, this video is done now. And then I have to kill Corypheus. See if I decide to do that tonight or tomorrow. Well, I suppose I can do it tonight. I'll take a little break and probably do it tonight. Alright, thank you for joining me. I'll be back later. Goodbye.